thing to do.
Who I have wronged today, who I have encouraged today, how much value I have shared and giving to the people today. Congratulate
Who have I
yourself.
who have I wronged today? Who have I helped today? How much value have I given to people today? Congratulate yourself.
Congratulations, congratulations yourself on the good you did and reapproach yourself on your wrong praying to be better the next day than sleep.
Congratulate yourself on the good you did. Reproach yourself on the wrong, promising to be better the next day than sleep.
Practice thoroughly all these things, meditate on them well and love them with all your heart.
Practice thoroughly all these things, meditate on them, and love them with all your heart.
For all I have set before you will put you on the path of to divine virtue. I swear
For,
it.
for all I have set before you will put you on the path of divine virtue. I swear it.
By them who have transmitted this knowledge, to whose God is eternal,
I swear it by them who have transmitted this instruction, whose call is eternal.
never begging any work without first calling unto the infinite intelligence and the Creator, and your ancestor accompany
Never,
you.
never begin any work without first calling unto the infinite intelligence, the Creator, your ancestors.
To accompany you and provide you with the right knowledge, for they hold all knowledge.
To accompany you and provide you with the right knowledge, for they hold all knowledge.
If and I win, you make this habit familiar with you.
If ever you make this habit familiar with you,
The secret constitution of immortal gods and men's, and how far different beings are, and what contains and wind them together with all revealed.
the secret constitution of mortal men, human beings, and all gods, and what they contain and binds them together,
Will revealed, you will know that according to law, all things in this universe are alike, and you will not hope where you are out not to hope.
the secret constitution of all gods and humans will reveal itself to you, and you will know what it is that binds all men and gods together. And with this, you will hope. You will not hope where you ought not to hope.
If you are genuinely follows this law, it will deliver you from your own misfortune.
If you genuinely follow this law, it will deliver you from your own misfortune.
Do not criticize the race of men, for they are divine. Thus
Do
hurt,
not criticize the race of men, for they are divine.
thus hurt no one, think evil of no one, and be no one enemy.
Thus, hurt no one, think evil of no one, and be no one's enemy. Thank you very much, Pamibadan Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So we are happy to be here with each and every one of you today. Today is the 22nd day of May 2025. 2026. It is currently 9 o'clock Mauritius time over here that I am. And I do know that you guys have a different timeline. And today we are going to continue from the epic of Ramayan that we have been looking at and, reading. So before we start, the process. Twameva mata chapitam twameva. Twameva bandhu chasaka twameva. Twameva vidya dravinam twameva. Twameva sharanam mama deva deva. Twameva sharanam mama deva deva. Twameva sharanam mama deva deva. Twameva mata chapitam twameva. Twameva bandhu chasaka twameva. Twameva vidya dravinam twameva. Twameva sharanam mama deva deva. Twameva sharanam mama deva deva. Twameva sharanam mama deva deva. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Shri Rama, Jai Rama, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, 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 Jai Jai Ram. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. And I am very happy to be here with each and every one of you today, speaking to each and every one of you on the epic of Ramayan. The last time we were speaking, we spoke about the trial of Vishwamitra, how Vishwamitra had to pass through countless misery, all in the name of trying to understand the divine. We spoke about how Vishwamitra got tested, trialed, how he first of all have to rise above all the things that he was once attached to. One, giving up his kingdom. Second, learning to give up his anger, which is very difficult. Third, turning his eye from the most beautiful damsel, Manika, and even rejecting his own daughter. And in all of this, after Vishwamritra came to the point of understanding the divine, he now had to learn how to give selflessly. And this was this last trial, the last trial that Indra, the god of heaven, came to try Vishwamitra. Now, do not forget, this story was being spoken of the prowess of Vishwamitra after Vishwamitra has taken Lord Ram and his brother Lakshman away on a sojourn to protect him on a particular prayer he's about to do, a sacrifice he's about to do. Now, after Vishwamitra, on the story of Vishwamitra has been narrated, and after Marichi and his associate Subahu has been defeated, and the goal of Vishwamitra's sacrifice has been achieved, Vishwamitra was very pleased with Lord Ram. Now that they have finished their mission, okay, what do we do now? Do we go back to our kingdom? The associate of Vishwamitra, which were his student, his disciple, says, you know, before you go back to your kingdom, there is something we would love you to see. And this is called the bowl of Shiva, the Shiva Danush, the bowl of Shiva. In the whole world, there are two bowls. One belongs to Vishnu and one belonged to Shiva. When Shiva, in the form of Rudra, destroyed and killed, cut off the head of Daksha, he was so, the demigods were so troubled that they begged Shiva in the form of Rudra to lay down his weapon. Shiva laid down his weapon and gave this weapon to the forefathers of King Janaka. While he gave this weapon to the forefathers, of King Janaka, this weapon has been a treasure of the forefathers of King Janaka, and it has been in their lineage for years. Who are the forefathers of King Janaka? You see, it is very important that when you want to give a description of somebody, you cannot give a description of a person without first mentioning the four forefathers. Please, are you understanding me? Many of us, we live in a society whereby we are very, we don't know etiquette, in the sense that we don't know law, we don't know principles. So when we are talking to somebody, we just go straight to calling their name, but we don't give respect to the people that were present before the individual's life. And this is something about culture. There is a thing in Africa, especially in the Yoruba tribe of Africa. I don't know if it's also present in Ghana. I don't know if it is present also in different parts of Africa, which is when you want to talk about a person, you first of all, when a woman wants to get married, there is something that they do. What they do is the elders of the man and the elder of the woman's family, they go to check who are the people that were the people, what is the family like? What is the family of the girl? What are they like? What is the family of the boy? What are they like? In the sense that, what are they going to check? They are going to check who are the ancestors of the girl, who are the ancestors of the boy. What is the story that is relating to them? And what is the story that is relating to the girl's ancestors? And what are the stories that is relating to the boy's ancestors? This is what they do. But nowadays, we live in this society whereby many of us, we don't really do that anymore. Many of us don't even care, on, checking all of these things. Because previously, in the ancient days, this was very, very important. Knowing who your ancestors are is very, very important. And having a record, of your ancestors. And that is why in some countries, they don't, to protect this process, to protect this process of always knowing who the ancestors of the individual was. In some countries, what they do is that they they don't change family name. Everybody have the same family name, irrespective of maybe the fathers are different, but they have the same family name. Why? So that the lineage can easily be what? Be traced. And hence, when people say, "Okay, I'm this person, but this is my family name," oh, are you related to me? In this way, people are able to easily connect with each other. This is done in some cultures. I don't know if it is. I don't know if this is there in some African cultures, but in some European cultures, I have seen this. This practice. So before they started this narration of, Shiva, the Danuj, who are the ancestors of King Janaka? It says, first of all, the ancestors of King Janaka was King Nimi. Nimi gave birth to a son called Deva Rata. Please write this down. This is going to come in your exam. I hope you guys are taking down notes, because when we're going to do the, instant examination, this is going to come up. King Nimi was the first ancestors, or one of the ancestors of the lineage of King Janaka. You see, Janaka is not the name of it is basically the name of the title that everyone that is put on that throne automatically assumes. Just like you have in Ghana, there is this Osahene, what is the name of the king currently? Atumfo, Atumfo. It is not the name of the person. Atumfo is the name of the throne. So anyone that gets to that throne automatically gets called Atumfo or Osahene. You understand? It is not the name of the person. So that is also the same thing with Janaka. Janaka is a titular name. And any man that ascended that throne of that throne automatically becomes called Janaka. They are not called a separate name. They automatically get called Janaka. Now, this was the circumstance. Nimi gave birth to Devarata. Devarata was such a pious king that he pleased Shiva with his piety, with his simplicity, with his, devotion, that Shiva gave the bowl to him and says, "Take this bowl, keep it for me, be the custodian of this bowl." When Devarata passed away, the bowl automatically gets passed on to whoever becomes the next king of that particular clan, or that particular that becomes the titular Janaka. So this king Janaka, after getting the bowl, basically becomes like the family heirloom, that which is in their family. So it becomes like a family heirloom. When the student of Vishwamritra told Ram, "Oh, come, let us go. You guys, I don't think you guys have seen this bowl. Let us go. Let us go so we can see the bowl and you guys can see it. And after you finish seeing it, you can go back to your kingdom." That was the intention. Please understand it. The intention in the beginning was not for marriage. When they got to the kingdom of Janaka, it is a boundary that is between, currently right now, is a boundary that is in between Nepal and India. I've been there, this kingdom. By grace of good fortune, we were there. When they got there, Satananda, the son of Gautama, he welcomed them. And this is one thing. When you go to a house, it is not the children that comes to welcome the guest. It is the elders that welcomes the guest. When Satananda welcomed everybody, Janaka was very pleased to see Vishwamritra also there, with them. And asks, what is this good fortune that has made all of you to come to our kingdom today? For you guys just being here, it's a great fortune for this kingdom and for the inhabitants of my kingdom. What have we done that warrant this good fortune? Now that you guys are here, what can we do to make sure that you guys are happy? Vishwamritra and his associate says, well, these two boys are called Ram and Lakshman. Ram is the elder son of King Dasharatha. Lakshman is his younger brother. And when Janaka saw these boys, he was very pleased and was like, wow, look at these handsome boys. They will be very good husband prospect for my daughter. This was his thought, inner, but he did not say it out. Then he said, you know, oh Reverend One, he was addressing Vishwamitra. He said, this bowl has been a great family treasure. But now this bowl that is here, that has been a great family treasure, has also become the source of enmity between other kingdoms and my kingdom. The king says, why? He said, long time ago, while I went, there was a great famine in this land. And because the crops were not growing, there was nothing growing. We were so disturbed. So we did a sacrifice, we did a prayer. And that prayer required that on the last day, the king has to use a plow. Do you guys know what is a plow? A plow to break the ground, so that new seed. It's like when you want to plant something for the first time, you have to loosen the ground. So while I was doing this, I was loosening this ground. The plow hit something in the ground. And what it hit, we were surprised. What is there in the ground that made this plow to hit it? We opened the soil, and when we till it, when we opened the soil, there was a box. And in this box, there was a child. This child was a girl. She was found inside the ground. No father, no mother, just in the ground, in the earth. And seeing this child, I was also not having a child of my own. And I was amazed and I fell in love with this child. I loved the child. And hence I adopted the child as my own. But because she was found while I was digging the ground, I gave her a name called Sita. Sita. Sita, which means, the plow, what you use to open the ground. Her name was called Sita. And other people call her Janaki, the child of Janaka, which is me. This, my daughter, was so beautiful, so obedient, so nice. But just like every other child that is growing up, they reach a certain stage where marriage is needed for them. And because this, my daughter, was so wonderful, so nice, so beautiful, like her personality was extraordinary. Hence, I made a contest that whoever is going to marry this, my daughter, must also have an extraordinary character, must be a great warrior. So, what I did, I organized a contest. And this contest that I organized is that any man that can lift this bowl of Shiva, the bowl of Shiva that is our family heirloom, will be considered as a worthy husband for my daughter. So thousands of of princes from different lands came. They all came because my daughter was beautiful. And as they all came, everyone was like, "Oh, is it not the bowl? I will lift it up." Mind you, for this bowl is so heavy that for it to be moved, you need to 30 men in the front and 30 men in the back have to push this bowl because they placed it on a tape on a box and they put a wheel, under it. Now 30 people in the front and then there's a rope, they are pulling a rope, and 30 people behind have to be the one to push it. Imagine how heavy it is that 30, that's like 60 people have to push this bowl. So all these young boys, being attracted and wanting to show their prowess, all came. And as they all came, no one of them was able to even lift the bowl or make it even shake. That is how heavy the bowl was. After so many of them have tried and they could not succeed, they started accusing me that I organized this contest only because I want to humiliate them. And because of this, they started fighting my kingdom. And because of this fighting, and you know how fighting goes, fighting takes a lot of resources. It takes a lot of, manpower, and it takes a lot of finances. Because of that, our finance has been a bit affected. So, but you, oh holy man, oh holy, Vishwamritra, you have come. I will ask them to bring this bowl for you to see. So Vishwamritra ordered his men to push the bowl so that Ram can see, Vishwamritra can see, and Ram can see. When they pulled the bowl, Vishwamritra looked at Ram and asked Ram, "Why don't you try it? Why don't you try lifting the bowl?" Janaka was like, "Huh? What other people have tried to lift and they could not succeed because of how heavy it was? You are saying that he should lift it?" I am hopeful that he should be able to lift it. But it will be very, very disappointing that he is not able to lift it, and hence, it's going to be embarrassing to you who are my guests. So Ram, looking at Vishwamritra, took the permission of Vishwamritra, which is a blessing. And that is why in the beginning of our conversation, one of the purposes or one of the guidelines of Sukhavani Yoga Foundation is never begin anything without first taking the blessings of who? The infinite intelligence, your ancestors. It is important. And please, you guys must understand this right now. Never start any work without first saying thank you to the infinite intelligence. Never begin any action without first taking the blessings of your ancestors, for they have all knowledge to guide you. Lord Ram showed this example. He took the permission of his teacher, walked towards the bowl, and easily, like a child picking up a piece of paper on the ground, he picked up the bowl, and everybody was amazed. What thousands and thousands of people were trying to even lift, they could not. Now, Lord Ram did something that was beyond comparison. What he did, he lifted the bowl. After lifting the bowl, he tried to string the bowl. And in that process, he overstretched the string that he broke it. And that itself was unbelievable, that a bowl that it took 60 people to push, a bowl that thousands of people have tried to even lift, talk less of stringing it. Here is this young boy that is in his, in his teens, maybe 15 or 16. There's this young boy in his early teens lifting the bowl, stringing the bowl, and breaking the bowl. It surprises everybody. And instantly, Lord King Janaka was so happy that finally he has gotten a suitable husband for his daughter. Finally, oh, finally, my daughter is going to get married. Finally, nobody is going to laugh at my daughter anymore. Because now I have gotten someone that is suitable for my husband, for my daughter. Not just only a person that is suitable, but super capable, powerful, strong. And instantly, King Janaka started the marriage process. But before marriage is done, it is important to invite the family of the boy. So King Janaka sent words to Ayodhya to meet King Dasharat and said, please come for the marriage ceremony of your son with my daughter. Dasharat was surprised. That was not the news he was waiting for. The news he was expecting is my son that went with Vishwamitra is returning home. But now there is double news. He has defeated the demons that were disturbing Vishwamitra, and now a marriage is to take place. What kind of amazing blessing is this? So Dasharat said, and instantly, after hearing the message, he dispatched his troops. Let us go. Let us go and celebrate the marriage ceremony of my son, Ram. Let us go with pomp. Let us go with elegance to show that what is the son of a king is actually getting married. King Dasharat sent his associate. They all went ahead. And when going ahead, they all arrived at the kingdom of Janaka. The marriage ceremony was filled with elegance. It was filled with beauty, artistry. Oh, I wish you are in my head right now to really see it in my head. It was filled with beauty, nice music, nice display of culture, nice display of wealth. It was heavenly. Let us put it in the modern man term. When the marriage ceremony was being done, Janaka said, but you have other children. And my daughters, my brother has 2 daughters. And I also have another daughter. And you have 4 children. Why don't you marry all of them together? Why don't we do all the marriage at one go instead of doing multiple marriages separately? I love all the children that you've given birth to. So why don't we all just marry all of them? So Lakshman got married to the second daughter, Urmila. Shatrughna got married. Bharat, yeah, got married to Madhavi. Madhavi. And Shatrughna got married to the other daughter. And it was a beautiful show. When and after the marriage of Ram and Sita was done, the beauty of the marriage solemnized, they went back to the kingdom of Ayodhya. While back in the kingdom of Ayodhya, everybody was happy that their king, their beautiful prince has returned, and the king has returned back with the prince. You see, the character of Ram is beyond comparison. He's known as a just man, the man that takes duty seriously and takes dharma, which is religiosity, seriously. He was never tainted, he never did anything that tainted his character. He was loved by all the inhabitants of Ayodhya. He was known as a very, it was his valor, which was his strength in battle, was known. His tactics in diplomacy, his eloquence and softness of speech was beyond comparison. That boy and that man of saintly quality getting married to a woman of saintly quality. Let us stop here a bit. In the ancient African tradition, when a man wants to get married, it is the family that goes to look for the girl for him. And what do they go to look for? They go to see and search for a girl that has the same character as the boy, that has the same quality of the boy. You see, nowadays, the marriage institution has been destroyed. Let me put it that way. It has been destroyed in the sense that people don't search anymore. People only get attracted to each other due to the impulse of sex. And because of the impulse of sex, they feel that they own each other. Nowadays, it has become a, a system whereby when a man has sexual relationship with a girl, he feels that he owns the girl. And when the girl has sexual relationship with a man, she feels as if the man now owns her. And after some time, when they get married, this becomes a problem because the character was not known, the nature of the individual was not known, and they start finding that their way of thinking is different from each other, their what they like is different from each other, their perspective on life is different from each other. Previously, a woman is put in charge of the household to manage everything in the household, while the man is said to focus on spiritual activities. Why? Because a man that does everything in the household and at the same time still focus on spirituality cannot help anybody in his family to make progress. So it is said that the woman is put as the head of the household, while the man goes, searches for money and gives to the woman to maintain the household, so that he can concentrate on his spiritual journey, on his spiritual activities. Because in participating in his spiritual activities, whatever merit, which is good things or the benefit of his spiritual actions, also goes to the woman. So the woman is also sharing of the what? Of the spiritual activities and the merit of the husband. That was the practice. When Ram, Sita, and his other brothers came, they came back to the kingdom of Ayodhya. They stayed in the kingdom of Ayodhya, and everything was going nicely. Here is always something you must always understand. When everything in your life starts going so smoothly, always understand that just behind the corner, there is something that is there to do what? To destroy it all. Ram, Sita, they were peaceful. They were married together. It was said that they have the same mindset, that they know what the other person is thinking, even before the other person said it. And this is something very fascinating about the woman. When a woman loves a man, and she truly, truly loves a man, there is this instinct that automatically develops in a woman, whereby just by looking at the face of the partner or looking at the body movement of the partner, she instantly knows what is inside his heart. Instantly. And only a woman has this. A man does not have it. Mm. When a woman truly loves a man, and she feels, when a woman feels valued, you know, by the man, instantly, just by being with him, she knows what he's thinking. When he's sad, she knows. When he's disturbed, or when when something has happened outside, she knows. And it is said, because she knows, she also instantaneously know the right words to say to calm his troubled mind. The same thing also goes to the man. When the man truly respects his wife and does his duty diligently, when the wife is disturbed, even before she say it, he knows, he feels it inside of himself. And by feeling it inside of himself, he knows the right words to say to dispel, you know, and push away the emotional disturbance that was troubling the wife. Lord Ram, and Sita, they were like this to each other's mind, each other's heart. After some years of living together in Ayodhya, King Dasharat, seeing that his boys are all married, he is getting old, and his elder son is loved by all the ministers, it is time for me to retire. A point you must remember: you must know when to stop. A point, please write it down. You must know this. You must know when to stop. For if you refuse to pay attention to when to stop, the humiliation of the universe, the humiliation of people will be too much upon you. You must know when to step down from power. Mm. And you must know when to give that power to another person. That is the duty of a man that is righteous. A man that does not know when to stop becomes a caricature of other people. Nowadays, we live in a society whereby many of us, We want to cling on to things as if it is our life. We want to hold on to it. We don't want to give it up. What you don't want to give up makes you become an enemy of others, and others kill you for that. That is a reality. What you want to hold on to so tightly becomes the source of others' enmity towards you. And this was the circumstance. King Dasharat, observing that I have served, I have ruled enough. A ruler, a king, must know when to step down for another king to take over. You see, many of us, when we are given a position, we want to stay on that position until we die. We don't want to give it up. But here it is said, King Dasharat, seeing that his son is mature, it is time for me to step down and let him become the king. So what he did was, he said, let's make him the Yuvraj, which means the crown prince. The Yuvraj, the crown prince. So that as I'm stepping down from my administrative positions, he is stepping in. And already he is loved by everybody. He's tactful, he's exceptional as a leader. So why not? Let's give it to him. This was the desire of Dasharat. Dasharat went around and told all his ministers, and instantly his minister says, yes, that is dutiful. Yes, these decisions that you are coming to is the right decision. So give it to him. Dasharat said, okay. Everybody is in consensus about it. Everyone is accepting it. So let us choose a date for this, for his coronation as the crown prince immediately after I step down from my duty. Everybody was happy. They choose a date. Let us choose this particular date. If they chose that date. But see, what will you do? I want to ask you guys a question right now. What will you do when a great injustice is done to you? Many of us, we don't we don't like injustice. But what will you do? There have been many of you that have worked tirelessly and hard in your career. Just when it is time for you to be promoted, someone comes or they jump you and give that promotion to another person. And you become angry. You become spiteful. But I deserve this. I worked hard for this. That in so many cases, many people leave the company. Oh, they are not valuing me. I'm not valued. So why should I stay in a place where I'm not valued? Many of us will do that. What will you do when the inheritance that was supposed to come to you, that was supposed to be for you, was taken away from you and given to another person? What will you do? Many wars have started because of this. Many people has been killed because of this. Many people has become an enemy of others because of this. Many people have believed that others are their enemy because of this. Ram is such a gentle, loving soul, just person. When the time came for his coronation, his stepmother, which was the last wife of Dasharat and the favorite wife of Dasharat. How many of you remember her name? The three primary wife of Dasharat. How many of you remember the name?
Ikei Kushalya.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the other name.
Kaikeyi,
Yeah.
Koshalya, and what's the other one? We spoke about it. I said you guys should write it down. Yes. You guys did not write it down? The three primary wives of Dasharat. What are their names? Yes, Lati Prabhu, Mary, Annie Brown, Donaldson,
What
Magrina,
you said?
Babi
You said
Sumitra.
hmm?
Sumitra.
Sumitra. Yes. Thank you, Pamibadam Prabhu. The three primary wives of Dasharat were Kaushalya, the first wife, Sumitra, the second wife, and Kaikeyi, the third wife. Kaikeyi gave birth to the second son of Maharaj Dasharat, and his name was Bharat. So, because he already loved her, and she was the youngest, she was young, she was supple, she was nice. So he likes to stay with her. Kaikeyi, one day, the maid servant of Kaikeyi, her name is Mandodari. What did I say? Mandodari. Write it down. It is going to come in your text and in your exam. Mandodari. She was the maidservant of Kaikeyi. And hence she was the wet nurse of Bharat. She took care of Bharat, which is the second son of Maharaj Dasharat. She went to meet the queen and said, "Oh, queen, do you know that the king has made a proclamation that Ram is going to be the crown prince?" Kaikeyi, on hearing the news, she was happy. "Oh, wow, really? Ram, my son, is going to be the crown prince. Wow, I'm so happy with you for this news you've brought for me. Take this jewel that is on my neck. I give it to you. For this is a very beautiful news you've brought to me." When she did that, Mandodari said, "Oh, Kaikeyi, how, what such a fool are you?"
Sorry, Babaji, is Mantra,
Hmm?
not Mandodri. Mandodri is the Ravan's wife.
Mantra. You say mantra or
Mantra, mantra, mantra.
mantra?
Mantra, a mantra.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mantra.
Yes. Mandodri is the Ravan's wife.
Okay. So, mantra. She said, "What such a fool are you? Do you know the implication of what is happening? Do you know what is happening right now?" She's like, "What do you mean? Ram is being made the crown prince. There's no difference between Ram and my son, Bharat. Ram is as much as a son to me as Bharat is my own son." Mantra said, "No, no. No. If Ram becomes the king, your son will be made his servant. And when he becomes the king, your son will be pushed far, far away. Don't you see that the king is doing all he can to isolate you, and he's doing all he can to take away power away from you, and you are here celebrating? Instantly, when she said that, Kaikeyi became, it's like, what? Yeah, what you're saying is true. There is a lesson here. And what is that lesson? There is no one that can poison you towards another person other than your own acquaintance, your friends. Are you hearing me? There is no one that can poison you, that can poison your love, your intention towards another person than the people you think are your well-wishers, than the people you confide in. Kaikeyi was naive. You see, when she heard the news that Ram is going to be made the king, she was happy. But when Mantra said to her, "What are you celebrating for? Your son is not going to be made the king. The son of Koshalia is going to be made the king. You are no longer going to be the favorite. When he becomes king, no one is going to pay attention to you anymore. So what are you celebrating for?" Instantly, enmity started boiling inside of Kaikeyi. Now, I want you to picture yourself as Kaikeyi. I want you to sit down, close your eyes, and imagine when in the part of your life you have hated somebody only because of what someone said to you about the person. Just imagine that. I want you to really reflect on it. Look at yourself and ask yourself, in the course of my life, have I hated somebody just because someone said certain things about the person to me? You see, we find this in many African dynamics home, where if the father married two wives, just because the other wife was not in agreement with our own mother, our mother poisons our mind towards the children of the other person's wife. There are many of us that we have hated and disliked people, not because we have actually associated with them, but just because someone have said certain things about the people to us, and instantly we've hated the person. We become an enemy of the person. And I want you also now to really look at yourself. You are Kaikeyi. Mantara is your ego. Naturally, we don't dislike people, but our ego does not like people. Just like Mantara came to meet Kaikeyi at the peak of her excitement That wow, Ram is gonna be the king. So also does your ego comes to meet you at the peak of an excitement and say to you, what are you celebrating for? See, the person is getting married and you are happy. You are not getting married and that other person is getting married. That person is getting a child and you have not gotten a child and you are here. What are you showing your teeth for? You see, that is it. That is our ego. See what is happening in the life of that person. It is not happening in your life. Don't you know that if it start happening in their life and things start going, they will start looking down on you? That is the ego. That is our daily experiences every day. That is what we experience every day. That is what each and every one of us is passing through every day. When your ego sneaks up on you and start telling you stories. You went to a party. You were happy while in the party. You came back from the party. Then your ego will start analyzing how everybody was looking at you while you were in the party. Don't you see how that person was looking at you? That person did not like you. And see, that is why they were looking at you that way. And guess something about the ego? When you go to a place that you've not been before, the first thing your ego wants to see is what the person has in their house that you don't have in your own house. Are you understanding me, my brothers, my sisters? I want to see all your faces. I've said it many times. Stop. Please turn on your camera. There's a reason we're saying all of this. That's how the ego functions. Don't you see? See what that person is having. You don't have it. And instantly, when that comes, our mood instantly becomes what? Spoiled. Your mood was calm previously, but the moment your ego comes and poisons put words, instantly what happens? You start like, oh yeah, it's true, it's true, it's true, yeah, it's true now, yeah, yeah. And instantly your ego, your mood, boom. And you start becoming depressed, you start becoming sad. Like, but why is this sadness? But because what? And then your ego start eating on it and again 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 and again. I want you to really ask yourself right now, within this course of this week, how has my ego poisoned my mood towards another person? Am I making sense to you? Are you hearing me with intelligence, not with emotion? In the course of this week, how has my ego poisoned my mood towards another person that it should not even have? And that is just it. When Mantra came to tell Kaikeyi, what is this happiness that you are displaying? That your son is not going to be the king and another person's son is going to be the king, and you are happy for that? Take away this. Take it away. You don't need to show that. Rather, you need to find a way to make sure you remain in power. You need to find a way to make sure your son becomes the king. You see, pray not to be in a very helpless circumstance that your mind makes a caricature of you. And one of the way the mind and the ego can make a caricature of you is self-sabotage. Do you understand what that means? Huh? Self-sabotage. Where your ego we start saying to you, you are a victim. This thing that is happening should not have been happening to you, but see how people are making you a victim. And that is the circumstance with everybody. When you start feeling and your ego makes you a caricature and makes you become a victim, then what is going to happen? It will start planting vengeance in your heart. It will start doing what? Planting vengeance in your heart. You need to get vengeance. See what these people are doing? It is unjust. So you need to do what? To get vengeance. And that is the nature of the ego. When Kaikei see, when Mantra, see that she has had Kaikei under her palm, then she started doing what? Pressing the button. I want you to ask yourself, have I been in any situation where someone manipulate my emotion to such a level that I practically become a puppet in their hand? And that is the weakness. You need to ask yourself that. And guess what? People are looking for this. What did I say? People are looking for what? Are looking for this. Just that sign of weakness you need to show, and boom, they start controlling you. They take over everything. Because now they have seen, okay, I can press this button, this button of victim, this button of emotion, this button of, you are not good enough. Look at what is happening. See what is happening in the life of other people, and nothing of this is happening in your life. So see, and that is also the thing that your ego keeps pressing on. That is the button that your ego keeps pressing upon all the time, all the time, all the time. Don't you see that person is making money and you're not making money? See how many years you have stayed in this country and you don't have anything for it. See, your brothers are becoming successful, you are not having. See, that the ego will start pressing. Your others are having children, you are not having children. It will press. Others are married, you are not getting married. It will press. Others' husband are doing nicely for them, but your husband is not doing nicely for you. It will press. And this is called the demagogue. The what? The demagogue. The demagogue simply means there are people, they make their life, they become happy so long as they can make you fearful all the time. Unfortunately, you find this also in religion. Unfortunately, you find this where? In religion. You find this among religious teachers. The reason why this is not working for you is because there's this ancestral stuff that is there. So come, remove it. You need to fast all the time. Because if you don't fast, the people are doing so many black magic and juju against you. So boom, that's why your money is not staying with you. Demagogue. Unfortunately, I wouldn't want to start mentioning places, but it is very prevalent in some places in the world, everywhere, but it is prevalent. But above all the demagogues that is outside, be careful of the demagogue that is inside of you. Above all the fear mongerers that is outside, be careful of what? The fear mongerer that is where? Inside of you. For that fear mongerer that is inside of you, and it takes control. does not let you go. It does not what? Let you go. So, Sumantra says, well, you need to get your power back by making sure that your son becomes installed as the king. What should I do? Kaikeyi said. Sumantra said, well, the king loves you. So what you're going to use is that love he has for you. He's a weak man already. He's already loving you so much. He cannot do without seeing you. So that is what you're going to use. Before I continue, I want you to ask yourself, do I have any mantra in my life right now? Do I have people that are like mantra in my life at this moment? Do you have Anita? Do you have B? Do you have Juliana? Ladifatu Prabhu, do you have? Magrina, Pamipadan, Savitri. Wake up, Savitri.
Yes, I do.
Hmm. Miss Elizabeth, do you have? Hmm. Donaldson, Grace Achina, Lati.
Yes, Baba.
Zoom user,
I have.
Annie Brown, iPhone, Mar, and Mary. Do you have someone, people that is mantra in your life? If you say you don't have, then ask yourself, do I have something like that inside of me? That is ready to eat the kaikei and put the kaikei under what? Under control. So, mantra said, the king loves you. So go to the room, the weeping chambers, the sad chamber, the chamber of grief. Go and sit there. Dress in black cloth. Remove all your jewelries. And dress in black cloth. And go and sit there. Sit there so that when the king come, the king can see how truly disturbed you are. When the king came in the night, he went to the chambers of Kaikeyi. It's like, where's my beautiful wife? I need to tell her of the good news that is about to happen to the kingdom. Ram is about to be made the crown prince. Where is she? Let me talk to her so I can see her beautiful face. They said, Kaikeyi is not here. Where is she? Is she sick? No. Where is she? She's in the grieving chamber. She's grieving. Huh? Why is she grieving? She's in the sad chamber. She's sad. Why is she sad? She's depressed. Why? Did something happen to her father? Did something happen to her mother? What is wrong? Why is she sad? He went there and saw Kaikeyi with her hair, scattered everywhere. No jewelry. No. When he saw her, his heart was broken. This is my beautiful wife. What is happening? See? He was innocent. He's still innocent of what is about to happen to him. And she said, oh, king, I am so sad. Why? You are the cause of my sadness. Me? What did I do? Did somebody did it to you? Tell me what the person did, and I will ask my soldiers, and I will ask my ministers to go and punish the person. She said, you are the cause. What did I do? You are making Ram to be the king. She said, Dashara said, but I thought you love Ram as your own son. She said, yes, I said that. But I also have my own biological son. He said, the king said, tell me, what can I do to make you happy so that I can see your smile again? She said to the king, Your Majesty. The king said, yes. Do you remember some years ago? Okay. You promised me three boons. You promises. What did I say? Three promises. Do you remember? The king said, okay, how did I promise you? He said there was a war that you were fighting. And in that war, you were losing. And because you were losing, because you were tired, and your chariot got stuck on the earth, and you were just about to be killed. But I saved you by pushing you to safety, and I nursed you back to life. And you gave me three promises that anytime I ask for it, you will fulfill it. It is time for you to pay back and give me that three promises that you promised me. What are the promises? Send Ram to exile. That my son should be the king, and Ram should be exiled for 14 years. The king said, oh, I thought you were my friend, but I never knew you were my enemy. This that you are asking me has never been done in my family. So how is it that you are asking me for this? Kaikei said, it has never been done in your family. And you are going to be the first person in your family that is a king that gave his words and could not fulfill his words. That is a shameful king. Instantly, Dasharat lost his strength. He said, I thought you were a lover, but I never knew you were a poison waiting to kill me. He lost his strength. How can you tell a father to exile his son that has done nothing to him, to send him out? How can you tell a father to take away the inheritance that naturally belongs to the child and take it away from him and give it to another person? How? But you are also a mother. Say, yes, I am the mother of Bharat, not the mother of Ram. Send him off. All through that night, the king could not sleep. Because how is he going to break his word? What makes a man a respectable man is when he keeps to his words. Even if it is to his what? Detriment. How am I going to, how will I face my son? How will I face people? How will I face my ancestors? With this, he sent He was restless. His blood pressure increased and he couldn't sleep. There is a lesson here for each and every one of us. What is that lesson? On how many times have you allowed the love of what the weakness for what you love come as an obstacle to true reasoning? On how many times have your own weakness become so powerful that you have done an injustice to another person? Because when we're talking about Dasharat, Kaikeyi, you guys may be like, but this is Kaikeyi. It is not a story, not just a story. It is a life lesson for each and every one of us. A life lesson. What is the first life lesson? What you love also carries the poison. Do you understand? What you love also carries what? A poison. First life lesson. Second life lesson. When you do not give your words anyhow. Do not give your words anyhow. For that word you give anyhow become what is used against you tomorrow. And hence the ancient teachers, if you go into the altar of Delphi, one of the laws that is there on the altar of Delphi is make a vow and your life is ruined. And that is why I've said to all of you many times, I don't know if you guys have listened to this conversation, when somebody say, tell me you're going to do this for me, always say, I will think about it. Because you are not saying no, you are not saying yes. All right, I will think about it. I will do what? Think about it. But if you say yes instantly, there's a danger waiting in that yes that you said. Here, Dasharat. He has given a free check. Never give words when you are in high tension. Never make a promise to somebody when you are extremely excited. Do you understand? Never do what? Never make a promise when you are what? Overexcited. For when you make a promise when you are overexcited, it comes back as a thorn on your skin. And when it comes back, you cannot blame anybody. You cannot blame anybody. And that is why I say, I've said it to many of you, be moderate in your emotions. Be moderate while dealing with people. When people want to make you to, be moderate. Be moderate. For when you are not moderate, the lamentation that comes after, there's only you that will bear it. Dasharat was heartbroken. He does not know what to do. The next day, he, he sent for his son Ram and said, please tell Ram to come. When Ram went to meet his father in the palace of Kaikeyi, first of all, he was like, but why is my father calling me to come to the palace of his wife, not to the main palace itself? But it's like, okay, let me go. Innocently, he went to meet his father. When he met his father, he saw the father lying down and his head, there was no crown on his father's head. His father was not even able to look at him. See, when you do something bad to somebody, it is very difficult for you to look at the person in the face. What did I say? When you do bad to somebody and you know you have done bad to the person, it is very difficult for you to do what? To look at the person in the face. The ego does not allow it. The same way, when you think negative about a person, the ego makes it difficult for you to look at the person in the face. Because the ego knows it has done what? Injustice. It knows. Dasharat could not look at his son. He could not even speak to his son. When he was told that his son has come, he was like, oh, you have brought my death sentence. He could not look at Ram. And Kaikeyi said, well, Ram, before you were born, some years ago, your father made a promise to me. And he promised me 3 things. Now your father is acting like a coward. He cannot even keep to his promises. Ram was like, what did my father promise? Well, now he has to fulfill that promise. What is the promise? The promise is, 1, you must leave the kingdom immediately. You are not going to be the king. And my son, Bharat, is to be the king. You are to be exiled from the kingdom for 14 years. Ram said, is this it? He said, yes. And Ram said, let it be so. What will you do when you are in the midst of your greatest calamity? Will you be confident or you will start trembling? When you are faced with great change of fortune, what will you do? Will your ego start lamenting or will it be confident? The same smile on the face of Ram while he was told he's going to be the prince, the crown prince, is the same smile that remained on the face of Ram when he was told, now you are not going to be the prince anymore. You are going to go on exile. Do you know what it means for Ram to go on exile? Please understand it. Let us understand it politically. The thing that Kaikeyi planned is that when Ram go on exile, he either die. It was not a, just anyhow. It was a death sentence for 14 years. He will either die, and by the time he comes back, he has nobody is going to, he's not going to have any alliances anymore. So he cannot take the throne away from Bharat. Because by that time, Bharat will have had enough time to do what? To strengthen his, alliances. Rather, he was just going to come back, he'll become an ordinary person. That was what she was putting. She was basically putting a death sentence on Ram. And the father knows. But the father could not do anything. Because what? He has made a promise. And Ram said, instead of my father's word to go unfulfilled, I'd rather die. Let his word go fulfilled. I will go to the exile. And that day, Ram left the palace to go to his own palace. He walked in as a crown prince. Now he walked out as a person without no crown. We will continue next Friday. What do you understand in this? You are just about to touch something. You're just about to touch it. And all of a sudden, it is taken away from you. You will cry. Why is this happening in my life? Why? Why? But this is Ram. Ram did not cry. Neither did Ram say, but why me? He didn't. He just smiled and walked out his father's palace. We will continue next Friday. Any question for us? Any question? Are there any question for us? Or you are still feeling sad that why can such a thing happen to Ram? Someone that did not do anything bad, did not think anything bad about anybody, did not plan any negative thing about anybody. But look at what someone planned about him. What did he do to deserve that? What a terrible fate. And this also by people he never think anything negative about. He never called Kaikeyi stepmother. He called Kaikeyi my mother. If this is what you want, my mother, let it be so. Will you smile in the face of your tribulations? What will you do if the greatest injustice that happened in your life is done by your own family members? What will you do if the greatest injustice that happened to you is done by your father, by your mother, by your brother? Will you hate them for life? Or you will learn to be like Ram? Think evil of no one. See no one as an enemy. That is Ram. Now everybody unmute yourself and say, Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri
Jai
Ram.
Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai
Jai
Shri
Shri
Ram.
Ram.
Jai Shri
Jai
Ram.
Shri Ram.
Shri Ram. Shri Ram.
Shri Ram. Shri Ram.
Yes. Jai Shri Ram.
The meaning of it.
That is it. In the face of greatest obstacle, when you learn to hold on to Ram, Ram gives you the courage, the strength. And that is Ram for you. That is Ram for you. What will you do? Oh, many of us will break down. Many of us will instantly want to find a way to insult and curse. But Ram never did any of that. He just said, this is just the seed of karma. That's just it. Okay. Questions? Any question? All right. If there's no question, then see you all on Friday and on Tuesday. Jai Shri Ram. Have a
Jai
wonderful
Shri
day.
Thank you.